What's up, everybody? This is JC and Brian, and we are on Game Chair Conversations on the Digital Escapist YouTube channel. Today we had a topic in mind, the most recent big news that was going on, and that is Nintendo releasing their announcement video for their new console, Nintendo Switch. Me and you both, Brian, aren't big Nintendo fanboys, or even, we have our history with them because we go back then.
That's right, back in the day.
But here recently we could kind of care less of what's going on with Nintendo, but doesn't mean we still have an opinion on it. We've both watched the video, and after watching it, the question I have is, why is Nintendo continually deciding, let's be way different than the other guys that are obviously doing well with kind of staying the norm? And there's nothing wrong with being innovative and different, but to me, are they being innovative, or are they just going in a cycle? Is this just,
you think that thing is way off base? You think the Nintendo Switch is like out of left field?
Not way out of left field. It's kind of, to be honest with you, it's kind of line on what they've been doing. They started with the Wii, which is a big seller. They had a home run with that. It's I think to be honest with you, I think the Wii was so good because it hit at the right time.
Yeah, that's true.
It was kind of
I don't
want to call it a fluke. It just
no, the Wii's not a fluke.
Yeah. With the whole motion controls, and might as well call it casual gaming. It's not so much hardcore. I mean,
no, it's definitely casual gaming.
But then they did the Wii U, where they tried to do the second screen experience. Basically, the controller's a tablet, more or less.
Right. Yeah, that didn't work.
It didn't work out. It flopped terribly. And now they have the Nintendo Switch, which is basically a tablet and a console. And I'm gonna get back to those 2 points here in a second. Which is this just the Wii U 2.0 that they just upgraded a little bit, expanded their idea a little bit, and it could also go the same route as the Wii U?
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it doing that if it doesn't catch on. I think their marketing commercial, I think they were really smart with it. They showed an older generation of people playing this, and they took, everybody is on some type of electronic device all the time now. I mean, riding in the taxi, they showed the guy playing. Sitting in his apartment alone, or the girl she's playing. Then her friends call her over. She takes it over there. They're all playing. I mean, that's pretty typical of how I see at least some of the younger, people in their 20s and stuff. I mean, that's what they're doing. Everybody's like, well, hey, let's all go out. And then they all go out, and then they're all sitting at a table, and they're all on their phones separately, probably texting each other. That's just, I can definitely see that. So everybody brings one of these things, and they set it up, and they're just like, instead of like texting each other, they're just like playing games against each other or with each other or whatever.
Right. The thing is, I'm not sure, are they taking a misstep? Because Nintendo has made some good products, console-wise and handheld-wise, through the years, even recently, with the first couple of, not even couple, but Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, you can go either way on. The Wii, original Wii,
right?
Good consoles. The 3DSs, and DSs and whatnot, they sold bundles of units, so they did well. But now they're trying to meld the two worlds together. I
could see this being the modern day Game Boy.
You think so?
Yeah.
But the Game Boy couldn't play on your TV?
No, I said the modern day.
I guess. Well,
this is your travel tablet, but instead of like the Game Boy where it's all black and white and it's real small and the battery doesn't last, you can take this and you can take it with you in the car, and then you can also plug it into your TV.
Well, the reports are that the battery doesn't last well at all. But this is all speculation and I guess hearsay at the moment, and just take it with a big grain of salt.
Right.
But I think another interesting question, if they're going this route, with the handheld and the console in one unit, I worry that one will be better than the other, if you know what I mean. Is it going to be a really good handheld and a
Oh, I see what you're
shitty
saying.
console, or is it going to be a
Yeah,
really good
right.
console and a shitty handheld? Should they have, really put an effort into both? Or at least I hope they would have,
Well,
if they're going this route. I mean,
I liked what they were doing, but I'll tell you what I thought was absolutely freaking ridiculous, and I cringed when I saw it. Was the person setting it up on the table, and then like the two of them like playing next to each other were like this, like they were super close.
yeah,
You know,
with the little
like they're both
2-inch controllers, yes.
right. They were super close to it, and then like everybody was like crowded around, like trying to see what was going on.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
like, that is not going to happen.
it was
I'm
like
sorry.
6 fucking people crowded around playing NBA 2K. I'm like, no
No,
one's doing that ever.
no. Mm-mm.
Okay. and in all honesty, no one's playing NBA 2K on a Nintendo console. Even
Well,
if
I
it's
mean, I'm not even
even if
that
it's
one.
made for it, it doesn't. No, I'm playing.
I mean, I was just thinking like that when the girl went to the party and she was trying to like show it off, and like
Right.
everybody's crowded around like this tiny little screen, like trying to look. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not realistic. No one's going to do that.
All right.
But I could see somebody taking it to like the hotel, like that guy did. You know, playing with it in the taxi, taking it into the hotel. You know, clipping it into the base, and he's playing it on the TV. I mean, I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so I still get caught up on. You look at it. This looks like a console you hook to a dock, and it will relay the. I mean, not a tablet that hooks to a dock, and it just relays that image to your TV. Obviously, it looks amazing, on the commercial, but it's because they're not actually playing on the TV. That image was put on the TV.
Right.
Skyrim and whatnot, and whatever other the Zelda game they're playing, the Mario games, which it looked great. They did, but
Yeah.
they weren't actually playing those. No game looks that good off screen.
Well, my question was, it looked like when he put it into the base at the hotel, it didn't look like it had any wires. Did you rewatch that video?
I watched it like twice. I'm the base had no wires. Oh,
Like it looked like he set it on a stand that didn't have any wires. So does it wirelessly connect to like the smart TVs? Is that how it does it? Or do you have to like actually plug it in like an HDMI port?
I'm sure it's got to be plugged in. Because if they went that route, we're like, oh, okay, we're just going to cater to the folks that have a smart TV. I mean, they're cutting a huge part of their audience out. I mean, not everyone has a smart TV. Like, everyone obviously has an LCD or LED at the moment, but not all of us have smart TVs.
Yeah,
I don't have a smart
true.
TV.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
So it probably has to. So then in which case, like you would have to take that dock with you if you were going somewhere,
right.
like to that hotel room.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're control. Once again, the whole controlling part of it is weird.
Yeah,
They
I wasn't sure. I mean, they like have it on the side, and he's like not using it, and then like he has to like unplug it from the side of the thing, and then like they can use it.
Right.
Like sometimes.
It's all. I mean, the only part control wise that spoke to me and I understood it was when they actually showed the gamepad. The actual, it kind of looks like an Xbox controller that they were making for
Yeah,
it.
right.
Like that was, okay, yeah, I can get down with that. Okay, but otherwise, like I just can't. Who is this targeted towards? Is what I want to know. Who are the folks who are going to say, you know what, that is something I have to have in my house?
I guess it's going to be they're trying to target the millennials. That's all that's all they showed in their marketing commercial.
Yeah, I guess.
It's the electronically obsessed people
And also the Nintendo fanboys.
and Nintendo
I
fanboys.
think Nintendo does no wrong, and which they do plenty wrong. But the thing is, I mean, I've kind of did a little research, kind of seeing articles here and there, and then seems to be a lot of folks that are they thinks that it's a novel idea, but they're very skeptical
Hmm.
of the whole thing. They're wondering who is this for. They think Nintendo may be making a misstep with this whole thing. Then you go on YouTube and watch the big gaming reviewers and whatnot, and they're going crazy for the shit, and they're all excited. And
I'll go back to what I was saying before. I could see this as the new age Game Boy.
yeah, well, maybe so. Maybe so. I mean, it's just going to be one of those things for me. It's going to be interesting to see if they were able to meld the two worlds together
Right.
in a cohesive way, and they're both solid products,
Hmm.
both experiences. Whether you're sitting in front of your couch or you're sitting on a subway train.
Yeah, it just, you know what? It's going to definitely depend on the game. I mean, I'm thinking, if my iPad, I'm running the Skype on it right now. I have games for it that run awesome.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't know if it'll play Skyrim.
Yeah. Well, they did do the right decision this time, and not. All reports are showing that it won't be an underpowered system.
Right, right.
I don't think
But
it's
I'm
gonna be on
questioning, like, what some of these games are going to be like on this.
right.
Everybody's like, oh, Skyrim for the Nintendo console, yay. And I'm like, I can't imagine playing Skyrim on my iPad.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
Or
I
even
mean,
trying to.
the thing of it is, it's hard for us to sit back and like have a give it a fair shake because we're not handheld gamers. That
Right.
the last handheld I had was a Game Boy. And so I was, I'm 35 now. I was a young, young lad when I did my last handheld gaming, and there's been plenty of fine handhelds come along since then, and had no interest in picking them up. And it could be a reason why this is not appealing to me. I really wanted Sony, and shit, the second time I did that, I really wanted Nintendo to come out and show that they want to hang with the big boys. And not that they're big, they have plenty of money. I mean, they could probably fail this time and still have plenty of money to make that something else. I'm not sure I would want them to, but
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're playing it safe this time around with a flop like in the Wii U, and then the big boys coming up with these consoles that are kind of iffy,
yeah,
especially with like the VR and stuff. Maybe this is Nintendo's safe answer to that.
yeah.
Like they don't have a whole lot invested. If they make money, fine.
Well, there's obviously some things about the Wii U they liked because I feel like they're kind of enhancing on those things here.
Yeah,
The Wii U you
that's
couldn't
true.
take it. The Wii U you couldn't take it with you. It was just a second screen experience. You had a tablet in your hand, and you just stayed in the house with it. You couldn't take it with you anywhere. This you can, and it looks like they've probably improved on that whole thing. It's not a second screen experience. It's actually that game saves and comes with you. They're using cartridges instead of disc-based media, which is fine.
Right.
I have no problem with this. Whatever.
I had a question about that. What is the cartridge just like a flash thing? Because that stuff is like notoriously unstable.
I'm assuming it seemed that way. It looked that way in the commercial. It looked like to me.
Are they still going to charge full price for the games?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I mean, that's going to cause a lot of people to get mad because flash media is completely not stable.
Yeah.
I mean, to put a $50 game on this thing that's that erases itself after 10 times of playing.
Oh well, I'm hoping that's something they would address. Like I'm not educated enough on flash media to even know if that that it was stable or not. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see. It looks like a little SD card, a mini SD.
Right.
From what I saw.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me too.
I guess regular SD.
Yeah.
But I guess time will tell. I guess we'll have to wait a little longer and see what next news comes out for them. And
so when is this thing due? Out?
March 2017 is when we will see this hit the wild. And to be honest with you, I'm sure it will sell like hotcakes. I really think it will. What happens after that will be interesting to see if it will actually live up to any expectations that people put on it. Um, Brian, you have any more to say on it?
No, I think I've said my piece. I mean, it's interesting to say the least. I think that the small screen and people crowding around it is absolutely a ridiculous concept. No one's going to do that.
Right.
But I think it's kind of, I mean, I think it's maybe the modern day Game Boy.
Yeah. All right. All Nintendo fanboys and non-fanboys alike, please hit us in the comments. Let us know what you think. If we're wrong, if we're way off base, let us know. If you agree, let us know. On Twitter, I'm at jweeks23. The channel is at DigiEscapeNet. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.